Breaking news, baby dolls. Ethereum has just hit 3,900 American dollars.
Listen.
And it's about to crank.
Fat bass.
Now, meth, 3,900 has been breached. $4,000 knocking on the door. If you're Hunter Biden, I got bad news, sir. You're going to have to find another drug because meth is going through the roof. I've got some cracker news here for you. This is a very special update video here for you, friends. We are breaking schedule here. Meth hits $3,900. The sky's the limit now. I know we are right at that key zone, 3,800. We need some definitive monthly close above it. To add, though, there's going to be some fantastical things. So, firstly, this is the picture, right? As Ethereum hits $3,900, I've written here, simultaneously, as that's happening, every major crypto KOL, which is key opinion leader, they are continuing to push Soylana, despite Soylana already running for 1.5 years in a row, and the US president unzipping his pants and flopping out a meme coin on the chain. So remember, Ethereum's all-time high is around 4,950. The first major fib is 7,200. I just want to remind you as well. Friends, I'm biased. I'm dressed up as an astronaut. And I've got a very straight posture. Of course, I want Ethereum to go up. But I'm biased because I'm long. But I think Ethereum is racist unless it's 1 trillion market cap. That's about 8,300. I think it deserves 8,300. They gave us smart contracts. It gave us basically stable coins. Make a DAO. Tether deployed on it. Okay. By the way, that alone's a trillion, okay? It gave us, like I said, Uniswap. Gaten Adams was funded by Vitalik, who's a 4,000 IQ alien. He had poop-stained underwear, eating Hot Pockets in a dusty room where the fan is spinning and in a ceiling fan. He coded away Uniswap. There you go. That's worthy of a trillion. You have Chainlink, Oracles, bootstrapping off basically Uniswap. So Chainlink obviously going to be 100 billion market cap one day. CCIP. And think about it. It was only able to be successful because it did its ICO on Ethereum. See what I mean? So I could go on and on and on. By the way, you like memes? So do I. Guess what was the first meme? Okay, you had Doge, but Ethereum gave you SHIB. 1 million X return. It gave you JPEGs, right? Everyone loves JPEGs. I mean, I don't want to spend 250,000 on a JPEG. Uncle Bobby does. A lot of people love JPEGs, you know? Also from Ethereum. Based off all those as the hotbed of innovation, Ethereum should be $8,300 plus. I also want to show you something. There are shorts right now. Oh, brother. You're about to get destroyed. There's a guy here. They call him Smart Trader. That's how they tag you. His address is B92 at the end. He had $26 million profit. And he's traded himself into a $700,000 loss. So he's down 26 million. Now, this guy, I mean, you got to rename yourself, bro. You ain't Smart Trader. He has just deposited another $4.68 million USDC. So, of course, he's a cuck because he got USDC already. And somehow he has that floating around. He's deposited it. And what genius idea does this guy think he's going to do to make his money back? Short Ethereum. Not even making it up. He has deposited and opened a short position of 20,000 Ethereum, a $77 million short. Oh my gosh. His liquidation is 3,997. Which you got. Bro. I'm speechless. Bro, your liquidation is $3 before 4,000? Are you watching the same charts as me, sir? What are you doing? Your liquidation is literally right under the 5-year resistance zone, which we have tapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this guy says, you know what? I'm a gambling man. I bet the 7th one is going to be the time when Ethereum fails and goes home to Ben Copen's $400. Look, man, I don't know how you ended up with $26 million, but you're making the wrong move, brother. All right, I know I'm dressed up like an astronaut, I pegged my own nipples, and we've been coping and hoping for 4 years. I'm just telling you, man, something about this doesn't sound right. You literally woke up today saying, I know, let me get short on the 7th time this resistance level has been hit. Oh my gosh. Do you want to see where his liquidation is, friends? I've got to zoom in so much so it doesn't round up. His liquidation is literally, I'm gonna draw a dot where his liquidation is right here. Your liquidation is right. I don't know, man. You know what? God bless you. Maybe you're really rich. Maybe like one of those Chinese kids where like your dad owns like 7 factories or something. You know what I mean? Always sees at the casino, but God bless you. You know, you got 4.7 million to blow getting short on Ethereum. Okay. Meanwhile, SharpLink just purchased right now 77,000 Ethereum worth $300 million. It just went to their wallet. So SharpLink, remember friends, Joseph Lubner. We all love Lubner. Joseph Lubner, one of the Ethereum ICO guys. Also used to work, I think, Goldman Sachs. And I'm not gonna, I hate to say, friends, you know, it's going to be deep state tech. You know what I mean? They've got control of it. All right, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Let's pump the bags first, okay? They are the micro-strategy of meth. Grab it before Hunter Biden sweeps the floor. Jeez, man. Friends, I'm telling you now. Hunter Biden, you're going to have to find another drug, bro. Meth's going through the roof. So while that's all happening, psychologically, the toe jam suckers, the Soylana casino dwellers. So I've explained here for you. So obviously, 99% of them, they've been destroyed. Okay? They're being destroyed. They follow the prostitute cabal, the LA Vape cabal, the other LA Vape cabal, and then new entries to the LA Vape cabal, the pimple-faced kid who's dumping all the copy traders and all these other scammers and grifters, okay? Who are telling them, keep clicking. You just got to keep clicking, guys. You're just one click away from the next big meme. You're going to make it. You know those people who follow those? Okay. Well, they've realized that their odds, after losing all their money and using their mum's 4th credit card and losing their grandma's inheritance, which Confessions Direct actually happened, they finally realized that they're playing a game with worse odds than an actual casino. So what they've done is they say, I know, let me just change buildings, you know? This casino, it's water themed, right? Let's go to a casino that's got like, I don't know, Scooby-Doo theme. Let's go to another casino. I got bad news for you, bro. You're playing the same game. You know, you're playing blackjack at the water themed casino. It's the same rules at the Scooby-Doo themed casino. And it's the same rules at the Homer Simpson donut themed casino. It's the same game, bro. You keep losing. But anyway, so let's Bonk, which is the Bonk launchpad, the JPEG launcher. It's now got 76% market share. So basically, friends, so many people have lost. Once again, friends, I told them a year ago, bro. I go, when you bring a generation of Jeets who believe in nothing, and you teach them to keep clicking, and you teach them, don't sit through the pain, just go and leave. Just go somewhere else. Just change your mind every 15 seconds, right? When you teach them that, they do that to you. Are you surprised now, PumpFun, all those people, friends, they go, you know what, PumpFun, you suck, man. I keep losing. Let's go to the other casino. Click. Well, it's gonna be a short while before they realize that their win rate is still less than 1%. It's just that now when you lose, you get to at least laugh at some funny dog pictures. But it's not going to be so funny once you get rinsed again and then you see like everyone else's coins pumping because they believed in something. And I know some of you're very skeptical. Go look at XRP, man. Go look at XRP. Do banks adopt it? No. Did it make anything? No. Did they do any stablecoin innovation? No. Did they invent anything? No. They even had to capitulate on their whole ID, how the freaking ID works, and they just copy-pasted Gade and Adams' freaking Uniswap because they just realized, oh, we just dumped $1 billion and raised all this money on the balance sheet, and our technology actually sucks. Let's just go copy-paste what they did on Ethereum. It didn't matter. They still went up. So when you believe in something, you pretty much win. All right? The Soylana casino dwellers have changed casinos, blindly believing they have a chance at winning now. Wrong. The odds didn't change. Stop trading and start believing in something. I've also noticed, friends, as the cycle progresses, you'll probably be sleeping less, like me. And just to let you know, friends, like real stat, bit of sidetracking here, but to know this, they do studies. They've done a study where they tested people who slept 7.5 hours for the whole year, and then they compared them to people who just slept 6.5 hours. So if you sleep 1 hour less than someone who is 7.5 hours, your chance of getting sick is 4 times more. Right? So just health-wise stuff, but it's going to be no sleep season. So just to let you know, you stay up a bit late, you do stuff like this. I know we all break the rules, but this is the type of stuff that happens during these exciting times. That's why what you'll find is towards the end, there will be people, right? Not common, but you see rare voices. People will be at the end, they'll be like, man, I'm just so exhausted. I'm just so exhausted of this bull market. I need a break. Because their body's like breaking down because they just haven't slept. And they won't be referring to top signals and the RSI and the pi cycle and then glass chode. It's not that. They'll physically feel like, man, I'm just so exhausted. So I'm just telling you that if you start to see and hear a few things like that, that might be another clue for you outside of the charts where like we've basically just like run ourselves into death. A lot of people started saying this towards November, December, January of at the end of 2021 into 2022 for you. Also, friends, I want to give you another special update. What do you think of the new PulseChain website? So PulseChain updated website. PulseChain, invest in your future. The faster, smarter, energy efficient. All these words. Yay, words, shining, city, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all you need in a bull market, bro. You don't need to invent the wheel. You just update the website and everyone's like, yes, now it's time to pump. I must say that homepage looks like it's worth a 1,500% pump. It is clean looking. Thank you very much. And Mr. Market Force, shout out to you, sir. Okay, so you probably want to know. All right, Ethereum, METH, 3,900. Where do we go from here? Well, or we can go, friends. We're just always guessing. We are guessing, but altcoin-wise, we've only done one green candle, okay? Look, I don't want to consider this concrete or commit, but like personally, I can't get worried about altcoins finishing unless you give me 4 green candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even then, I'm not going to think it's over. I'm just going to think, hey, are we going to go for 5 or 6? Or are we going to, that's what I'm thinking about, right? If we run for 4 in a row, that means we got to be running straight until October. Straight. Okay, every month is green. Okay, so we're nowhere near that, right? Of course, everyone wants to see the Ethereum stock price prediction. Here it is. I just draw major fibs, friends. In the last cycle, we hit between the second and the third fib. Okay, so just to show you, once again, family friendly, this is the second and this is the third. In the last cycle, we hit between these 2 points. Okay, that would be around $13 meth, $13,000 meth. All right. Like if meth gets that expensive, Hunter Biden, I don't know, bro. You just gotta go live sober. It's like way too expensive to get high now. Okay, so up here, I know we're like, yay, it's gonna go up there, but just all right. But before it gets there, friends, you know what happens is, let's say we are destined for here. Before we get up there, you're gonna have Ansoy calling the top here. You're gonna have Ivan and Crypto Banter calling the top here. 7,200, okay? And it's a question mark now. Because you're like, okay, if you're wrong, you're waiting another 4 years, brother. And I know as soon as I say that, everyone just poops their pants. I'm pooping my pants right now, by the way. Yeah, man. When I just say, hey, imagine you miss out, you hold up for another 4 years. I don't think it's going to happen, personally. There's too many strong hands, man. There's way too many strong hands for it to scam us like this. Way too many. And you have AI running for the economy as well. But I'm just letting you know, there's no free lunch, friends. Okay, so before you hit the magical upside target, it's got to pit stop somewhere and make everyone. And by the way, I just got to tell you as well, let's say we do go up, it's not going to go up here and then teleport. Okay, there's going to be this thing where it comes down here, and you're going to have to watch about 10 crypto YouTubers and crypto banter with the red thumbnail going, the cycle is over. It's dead. See you all in 2029. You have to see that over and over and over again. And then Rand, when he has like the dead emoji, it's all dead. So that's what I'm just telling you. Feel free, if we're here, feel free to cover your Jeet stack. You know, so at least, you know, like you at least have something that you've taken out, pay your taxes, I don't know, buy yourself like some orange juice at the store or something. So at least when you get that test, not if, when we get that test, whatever it is, however it comes, you're strong. Okay, because that's the thing, friends. Look, it's yeah. Remember I told you climbing the wall of worry? You don't know anxiety, brother, till you know half of a bull market. Yeah. I mean, I was even telling you it's the bear market. I go, guys, bear market's bad, but like it's, when you go up, it's actually not easy. Instead of depressed, now you're anxious. Yeah. Because why are you depressed? Depression is you keep thinking about the past. You're like, oh, I should have sold. And then now it switches to anxiety. Anxiety is what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. Is it over? Because you're going to be constantly thinking in your head, what comes next? Are you going to be thinking up or down, up or down? You're going to be thinking, what if it ends? 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 Like that. Okay. That's why I have my exotic top signal list. That's why I'm looking at Ty Lopez. I'm looking at the $1 billion ICO public raise. Yeah. I'm looking at these exotic top signals. That's why I'm praying the NASDAQ lists our tokens, because what they do, friends, the CME, the CUC Mercantile Exchange, they didn't just wake up one day and say, I know, let's list Bitcoin futures, December 2017. They didn't say that then. It was like 3 or 4 months before when they said, okay, we'll list yours in 4 months. I think it was like July or August or something. It was months before, right? So I'm just saying, you know, that's the thing we just got to be aware of that might help us along the way. Okay. But for now, Ethereum 3,900. Please, for the love of God, don't do any shorts. Don't do any shorts, okay? You'll regret it. Look at that guy, dude. Friends, think about it. The guy made $26 million, okay? If I come out and told him, hey, I know you made $26 million, but you shouldn't be shorting the 7th retest of a resistance level when the whole crypto industry is short Ethereum and long soy and long Bitcoin, and it's the most deepest hated contrarian freaking thing, and every CME chart shows that the open interest is enormous for Ethereum shorts, and every single person is fading Ethereum. You probably don't want to get short on it. He's going to be like, you haven't made 26 million trading. You see what I mean? So it's not as easy as you think, but also it's quite simple. Just buy and hold, okay? Remember, the game is simple, but it's not easy, okay? The simple part, just sit and wait, you know? But, you know, it's easier said than done. For now, though, meth crossing above 4,000. Just to let you know, friends, I will allow myself to get a slight dopamine rise if we hit 4,000. Slight, okay? I will actually get tingly when I see a 5. Because I know Tom Lee will come out and he'll say, because once you hit 5 rents, everyone starts saying 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How high is Ethereum going to go? That's when they start throwing those numbers out. You know what I mean? Once you start seeing that, it's a different game. You know, right now, you still got like, you know, you still got all the bag holders in Soylana and PumpFun still saying we're going to 0 and everything's stopping. So we actually haven't got all of them in yet, you know, but we're building into it. We'll see. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.